Hello, and welcome once again to HaHa, a weekly societal introspective on the presence and development of the comedic form in everyday social interaction. I am your distinguished host, Thurston Alastair Marshall Van Rutherford Snidely III. Today, as always, we will be speaking with a member of the community to obtain his perspectives on the presence and development of the comedic form in everyday social interaction. Before we continue with the program, I would like to remind our viewers to stay tuned after this broadcast for HaHa, a weekly societal introspective on the presence and development of the comedic form in the media and entertainment, at 8:30, followed by the popular show Waka Waka, a weekly societal introspective into the presence and development of the comedic form in jokes at 9. We will return in a moment after a brief word from our sponsor.
Crunchy, lukewarm pasta and freshly opened canned tomato sauce. Pale iceberg lettuce leaves, wilted to perfection and flecked with brown. Slender white French fries, generously salted and shimmering with the thinnest sheen of grease. Do these images bring water to your mouth and hunger to your stomach? Well, here at the Haverford College Dining Center, we offer a wide selection of lovingly crafted foods and drinks, featuring items from all 4 of the major food groups: fat, salt, carbohydrate, and sugar. Renowned in the tri-college community as the closest dining hall to Haverford, we also like to think of ourselves as the 5th closest dining hall to Bryn Mawr. If you are seeking that unique blend of self-serve convenience and plastic dinnerware, or you just want a place to grab a room temperature meal, then look no further than the Haverford College Dining Center. Reviewers have called us daring to the point of revulsion and an unpleasant alternative to starvation. But if you ask us, we're the only alternative. So come on by the HCDC. We'll keep the trays wet for you.
Welcome back. Our guest today is a distinguished member of the community, Mr. Ben Sprecher. Mr. Sprecher claims to be something of an expert on humor. He describes himself as a funny guy and a barrel of laughs. Mr. Sprecher, we're very pleased to have you with us today.
The pleasure's all mine, Thurston.
Mr. Sprecher, tell me a little about yourself. How did you become an expert on humor?
Thirsty. I've been a funny guy for just about as long as I can remember. You know, even in nursery school, I could say poopy in a way that could just get everyone laughing.
A classic, albeit simple, example of bathroom humor. Would you say that you were already developing a sense for the old comic style?
But my formative years weren't my foremost in the comedic realm.
Use of wordplay, sir.
So, as I was saying, I got funnier as I got older. For example, by first grade, Hey, what's that?
Where?
Right there. My shirt. Oh, ha ha ha. What a fine example of the venerable point-and-sweep jest. Although the origins of the tactic are unclear, it certainly is an example of a multifaceted humorous antic. Absolutely. In addition to illustrating my point, the prank itself derives its humor from the superiority-based humorous response mechanism and the incongruity resolution sequence brought into play.
If you would, could you please explain those terms for our more recent viewers?
Glad to. You see, the superiority aspect of the humor comes from making you look like a fool, thereby elevating us, meaning me and the viewers, socially with respect to you. The fact that you are portrayed here as a pompous, pretentious individual only increases the humor of the situation because many of us harbor a deep resentment towards people like you. Now, the incongruity resolution aspect comes into play in the surprise and confusion I introduced by drawing attention to a non-existent spot on your shirt, followed by the resolution of that confusion when everyone realized this was simply a trick. I won't get into the neuropsychology of the issue, but this incongruity resolution sequence has humorous implications for human observers.
To be sure, this is a gag in the old comedic vein?
The insult directed towards you and the non-linear nature of the joke execution both hail from the comedy of the old, as I like to call it.
You still have me chuckling. So, tell us more about your development as a person of the guffaw.
I developed steadily throughout my adolescence and young adulthood. I explored the dirty joke, the practical joke, even the yo mama joke, although I found limited success with jokes of that genre. So, by the time I got to college, I knew that I was funny. I just didn't know why I was funny.
Tell us more.
I was searching for an answer to this all-important question when I came across the course listing for The Roots of Comedy. Therein I saw the potential answer to my queries, so I signed up for the course.
How has it affected you?
The only reason you and I are here right now is because of that course. We're participating in my final project, a tour de farce, if you will, of humorous proportions.
Project it is. Clearly, you intend for it to be seen in the old comic light?
That's why we possess the characteristic self-awareness of old comedic characters. That's why I included some wordplay in this conversation. That's why I used the old point-and-sweep gag. That's why this project has taken the form of an interview instead of a story, to defy the new comedic conventions of plot and character development. And of course, you can't discount the random yet insulting nature of the commercial message that was played earlier.
It's more than just old comedy now, isn't it?
The answer to that. But to humor you, I'll make it explicit. This project not only offered me the opportunity to be funny in an old comedic way, but it gave me the chance to talk about superiority and incongruity resolution theory, which, as you know, I've talked about in my last two assignments.
I must say how impressed I am with the cleverness and quality of your work. Clearly, no sane professor would give you less than the top grade on this project.
Words fly straight to their ears.
That's all the time we have available today. It's truly been a pleasure speaking with you. I wish you great success on this project. And that concludes this week's presentation of HaHa, a weekly societal introspective on the presence and development of the comedic form in everyday social interaction. God bless you and Gesundheit.